was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all
What's good? Welcome to the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops. I'm Penn.
I'm Pops.
What is poppin'?
You know what? Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, man.
It was a long-ass week for me.
Pops got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
You want to talk about anything?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, dog.
I'm good. Yeah,
I feel great.
good.
I'm so
Good
excited
week?
to be here. Yeah, dog. Clean
Yeah.
Kicks is popping. Personal training's popping. Wifey still loves me. My
Yeah.
private parts still work.
It's
You know what I'm
huge.
saying? It's huge.
And not just because they still work. You know what I'm saying?
What's good to everybody out there? Big shots, big shouts, all that.
Shouts.
Yeah, bro. So what we talking about today? What's going on, man? How you feel? Let's go.
I feel good. Episode 3, we got a little special one for you.
Pretty good.
This was actually going to be episode 1 about a year ago when we first thought of this. It's been that long, man. The 317 to 614 connection.
Absolutely. This is dope.
This is pretty cool. So obviously from Indianapolis, we moved here in whatever year that was, 91, 92. And so kind of converting to OSU fans to still supporting Indiana to all of this stuff.
Michigan fans in some tenses, depending
it's
upon
just
who
a
they're
lot
playing
going
and what's
on.
going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah, man.
But both area codes being very, very important to us.
And Interstate 70 being the road that connects them 2 hours and 45 minutes.
The road that connects us all. That's a country song.
You would know. That's
Yeah.
That's your other side. No
It
disrespect.
is the other side. Hey, guys.
Hey, South Greenfield, Indiana. So, how do two kids living in Columbus, Ohio decide to do a podcast focused on Indiana sports? Just like Pop said, you know, for myself, I'm born in 1979, Indianapolis, Indiana. Moved here in 91, 92. I was 11 or 12, but I had my Indiana roots within me personally by then.
Yeah.
You know? Always an Indianapolis sports fan and somewhat an Indiana sports fan. For instance, in 1987, 88, I remember Keith Smart hitting the shot against Syracuse to win the national championship. I remember being in my living room going crazy. I don't know why I was going crazy, but I remember going crazy.
That's a good
Indiana,
shot.
right? It was a hell of a shot.
That's a hell of a
right?
shot.
I remember Lou Holtz and all of them winning the national championship, and I think that was 1988, or whatever the case may be. But I didn't necessarily identify with the Notre Dame. They were, South Bend, 2.5, 3 hours away, whatever the case may be. So
Yeah.
I've never really been a fan of someone or a team that is outside of Naptown. Always kept up, but never really had a college team myself.
Yeah.
I'd say until, 1991, when the Fab Five came, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But I've always been a humongous Indy fan. Eric Dickerson with the goggles in the 80s and the early 90s, I believe. Reggie Miller, Dale Davis, Rick Smits, all of those boys in the 90s. So the love for me is super deep with Naptown sports. Fast forward, move into Columbus when I'm 12. Like I said, I'm a huge Michigan fan because I can identify with 5 brothers with bald heads
Yeah.
that look like me, talk shit, listen to rap music, swagged out, black socks, kicking ass. I actually hated Ohio State. I thought they were a bunch of panties when I moved here. So you start running track in high school, go to the state track meet, which is in the Ohio Stadium when they still had the track on the field. You got a bunch of people screaming at you,
Yep.
sitting up in the stands. Then all your boys start going to Ohio State, Nick, Roland, Gary Berry. You start linking up with the J.J. Sullingers and the Terrence Dials and all of them. So you kind of slowly, for me personally, get indebted to Ohio State when all your homies and all your peoples are going there. So that's how it's kind of worked for me. How'd you end up here, Pops?
So born in 86. So I would have been 4 or 5.
Almost five.
Almost 5.
Moved in July, so you'd be almost 5.
Yep. Yeah, I've been about that. I wasn't a huge sports guy when I was really, really, really little.
Fair.
I wasn't that. I didn't really get into like my Pacers fandom until I was really finals. Lakers Pacers.
Really?
That was really when I first got. I mean, would take a peek at it a couple years before, but it's like
13 then, 12,
right.
13,
Like
fair,
I'm still finding my sports identity.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Really.
Right. I hadn't even started playing sports yet, really. Basketball, but which makes it sound worse. But yeah. So finals. I mean, the Davis brothers, Antonio Dale. Not really brothers. I'm not saying I think that they're brothers. Brothers. Yeah.
We're really brothers. And brothers.
Yeah. They're just brothers. Subtract one. So, yeah. They were like my favorite players. Of course, Reggie. But I liked that Dale was my guy.
No shit.
Silent assassin.
Word
Like, he
up.
didn't say a lot.
Nah.
But he was scary.
No doubt.
That dude was scary.
No doubt. His offensive game was lacking.
But his defense was not.
He was crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, got into that. One of my favorite memories during that finals, Travis Best trying to foul Shaq underneath the free throw line, and he separated his shoulder. That's always been one of my favorite memories. It actually ended up winning us courtside seats.
Absolutely.
However many seasons ago.
I think that was 2016. I posted that picture today on all of my socials if you guys want to go check that out.
So, yeah, Crown Royal courtside things. Most Pacer fans will know what that is on Twitter when they post, enter your favorite memory. We won back then. Paul George was still on the team. They were playing the Pistons. So we got 4 tickets courtside, which was amazing, but it was the Travis Best tweet saying that was my favorite memory, and I put hashtag Superman versus Mighty Mouse. Got to be good with the words. I had to stand out.
Wordplay for sure.
I stood out.
Differentiate yourself from the rest.
I had to stand out. So that was really, really cool.
Appreciate you on that still.
Absolutely. But yeah, I actually, football-wise, and I won't really go into the history of the why, Steelers were a team that I really followed.
Sadly, I completely understand, and I completely understand the history of the why.
Yeah. Yeah. That was what was on in the household at the time. But I love Jerome Bettis. The bus, I really, like with my size at the time and I started playing football, I really kind of identified with the just give it to the big boy who can still be a little fast. And
you were mad agile. Like, don't get it twisted.
Oh,
like,
I can still touch my toes now.
Yes. He used to be jumping up in the air doing toe touches. This big old dude, like he's got hops.
I still could probably do a back handspring.
He's got it. Don't get it twisted.
It'd be the last one that I ever do, but I can probably do it.
I cannot. So Jerome Bettis.
Yeah. Sure. So did that, and then Manny got drafted, and I started really following the Colts. Had my first Colts game, probably his 3rd season in. They were playing the Jets as a preseason game, and I remember a little lady. After they got someone on the Colts made a tackle, and she was like, "Rip his fucking head off!" And I realized in that moment that I really had to up my game as a Indiana fan.
Your fanaticness, your fandom.
Yeah.
You had to upgrade your fandom.
Yeah, it wasn't just the clothing. I had to
It's an attitude.
be a lot more emotional about it because that made me nervous. I didn't know if I had it in me, but here I am.
Here you are.
So yeah, I did, I got into it, really middle school, high school Indiana fans. Now, I also followed Michigan because my older brothers liked Michigan, so why not watch the same thing my brothers are watching? Now, I stayed with Michigan.
Yes, you did.
I had a gap. I wouldn't say I stayed like hardcore fan Michigan, but it's just the team that I watch when it's on.
No doubt.
I did not get into college sports until definitely high school when brackets and stuff started being a huge, huge thing. I didn't know who I was saying was going to win. If I'm putting money down, I got to learn how to
For sure.
bet.
Is that when you became all analytical and
That
shit?
was when I became all analytical.
Is that the start?
Yeah,
All right.
really got into stats and schemes and all that stuff. So yeah, that was where my fandom started. always, if I'm not watching the teams that we have here in Columbus, Indiana, it's always very important to me to see that they're doing well.
You still mess with IU hoops?
Absolutely.
Word up.
I mean, that's where we got Oladipo, like
You ain't lying.
Eric Gordon, like all these guys, like IU guys. I will always want them on the Pacers just to have that connection to hopefully
very
maybe they
fair.
won't just leave us like all the rest of them have. It hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah. So yeah, that's us. This is why we're doing it.
I love that, bro.
Right.
I mean, Columbus and Naptown, they're very, very similar cities.
Very much so.
Quick 2-hour, 45-minute drive. I tell people all the time that one of the biggest differences is Columbus happens to have one of the biggest college campuses, 5 miles, 3.5 miles north, while Naptown is built for adult activity.
Right.
That's why there's Final Fours there. That's why there's national championships there. That's why there's the Big Ten championship there. And to be fair, Columbus is doing its thing to...
I feel like it's catching up a little bit. Like we got the new Crew Stadium. I mean, Crew is huge here. Soccer got new big soccer stadium. Obviously, Blue Jackets. I mean, there is some fandom going on. Even the the hell is our AAA baseball team called?
Columbus Clippers.
Them.
Our version of the Indianapolis Indians back home.
Correct. I think they're in the same division.
They are. They battle.
Yeah, they battle. So yeah, we got the Clippers here. That's always a family night thing that everyone loves, and it's actually a good time.
Beautiful stadium.
Beautiful stadium. But then we've got, of course, OSU is our pro sport here.
No doubt.
We won't ever have a pro football or basketball team because that is Columbus's pro sport.
You are not lying.
Period. It just won't happen.
That says it all.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And fuck Harwood, OSU's beautiful campus.
Beautiful
And
campus.
stadium is amazing.
If you haven't been there, come to the 614. Hit us up. We'll show you a good time.
Absolutely.
I think before we dive into our next segment, because it's going to be a pretty long segment, we should probably take a quick break.
A little
Come
break.
back in, give a shout out or two
Yeah.
to some other people out here, but we'll be back after these messages with a 317 Sports Project. See you soon.
It was all a dream. 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 It was all a dream.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome back to the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops, brought to you by Clean Kicks, Columbus, Ohio's #1 sneaker treatment. Premium sneaker treatment for premium sneaker heads. Follow us at cleankicks.614 on Instagram. Yo, Pops.
Yo.
While we were talking during the commercial break, you said you had a story about your fandom. You said you remember remind you of some shit?
I
What
had
you talking
a
about?
memory,
What you got?
my first college visit.
Oh, shit.
Because the other thing, we were big North Carolina fans. Colors. Because who didn't love North Carolina baby blue back then?
Yo.
Like,
Yo. That Michigan North Carolina game that they played in the Final Four was a very, very tough game for me to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, shit.
Yeah.
This is hard.
that baby blue, I rocked that
Yes.
hard.
I rock that hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
I basically had his pass me down clothes, so it was
Not
great.
lying.
Yeah, that
Not
was great.
lying. He was spoiled. Still spoiled.
But here's the thing. When you go on a college visit, did you know that students at the college don't necessarily dress up in all North Carolina gear all the
Yeah.
time? Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I went as a sophomore thinking I had a chance to go to North Carolina. Let's just say I wasn't the best student. Definitely not North Carolina student. Especially in out-of-state acceptance, North Carolina. So I went to go visit as a sophomore with the rest of the juniors,
Word.
some seniors
Word.
on visits, in a North Carolina blue visor, a Michael Jordan jersey, a warm-up snapped over it, basketball shorts, I'm not lying, snap pants, and a lanyard coming out of my pocket.
Oh, blue.
All blue. All blue. So, I didn't have anyone to really tell me that I shouldn't do that.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
Needless to say, you did not get accepted into
I didn't get accepted into North Carolina. Nope.
Big
I did
shouts to
not.
my wife walking in, just coming home from work. Hi, wife. Love you. Welcome back. Bro, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Speaking of big shout outs, yo, let's give a shout out to the homie Andy Keller
Yeah.
on Twitter. Like, I just want to make sure that we give him some love, and the homie JJ. But Andy actually checked in, follows us on everything, sent us a message and asked if all of our podcasts are going to be just about one team or if we're going to dive into other stuff. That told me, homie's paying attention. And that means a lot. So big shouts to you, Andy Keller. Hope you enjoy episode 3 and what's left to come.
We got some cool stuff coming.
We got some cool shit coming.
Yeah, which we'll get into.
Speaking of cool shit. So what we're going to do for a couple of these next segments is break down the Columbus to Indy and Indy-Columbus connection and how players from here have played there and vice versa. We made a pretty dope list of stuff, and I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start with the Buckeyes to Colts. Some of these players ended up staying for a long time. Some of these players...
Some didn't.
Some of these players left real fast.
Some didn't. Appreciate your effort while you were here for the ones that didn't stay too long. But
Some really short stints out here.
there's some
Let's
real
dive in.
short stints.
Mike Doss.
He's always going to be on my number one list. He's probably one of my favorite Buckeyes to Colts, period.
For real?
I don't know what it is about Mike Doss. When he was coming out of OSU, that was like my favorite, like, oh shit. Like,
No doubt.
I've
doubt.
met Mike. I have a picture with Mike,
No
and
doubt.
I'll probably put it like right here or something like that. You'll see it edited in later.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you'll see it like right above my head. That's me and Mike. Mike Doss, I fucked with real hard.
I concur.
That's my guy.
I concur.
Not a long stint.
No, and won a national championship with Ohio State.
Yeah.
Got drafted in the second round. Came through. Had a super good breakout year in the beginning. Killed it. 15 games, 101 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and INT. That's really what you want from a safety.
Yep.
And after that, shit kind of trickled down. He did get a ring with the Colts, so he has a national championship and a Super Bowl ring
Yeah.
with the Colts.
Yeah.
He probably the only
Injuries.
one to do that. Injuries.
That knee injury. I think it was a knee
Is
injury.
that what it was?
I'm pretty sure it was a knee injury.
I couldn't find that in the notes what it
Yeah.
was.
Knee injury. Pretty sure ACL, like blowout
Word.
type knee injury.
Word.
That was heartbreaking. Tried to come back. Then I want to say, fact check me, pretty sure he went to the Vikings after the Colts, if I
Traded
remember.
to the Vikings in 07.
Oh, I didn't even know you wrote that.
I take notes, bro.
I pulled that out of my ass. So
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
yeah,
I'm not-
I didn't even look at that note. Pops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you see right there, I actually asked, were you a fan? Because I didn't know if you really
Oh.
mess with Mike Doss or not. Right?
Yeah,
That's why I was so
didn't see that note
surprised,
either.
right? I didn't know. I was wondering if
That's
you were a
called
fan.
chemistry.
We've been doing this as nothing.
Yeah.
Episode 3, more to come.
Yeah.
More to come. Ben Hartsock,
Yep.
2004. Hated it.
Yeah.
Anybody out there remember we drafted Ben Hartsock in 2007?
No, you didn't.
No, they didn't. Anthony Gonzales,
I liked Anthony.
first round pick.
I liked Anthony.
I messed with Anthony heavy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to do some great things with us. I really did.
Yeah.
First round, 1,307 yards, 99 receptions, 7 touchdowns.
Injuries.
He played 16 games one time, y'all.
Injuries. And now he's
He's mad political.
yeah. Good for whatever y'all doing. Good for you, Anthony.
Whatever you doing. Whatever
Yeah.
you doing.
Is it in Indy?
Fact check that. Somebody drop us a comment, tweet it.
I follow
Let us
you,
know.
Anthony. I don't remember.
Let us know where Anthony Gonzalez is out here doing political stuff. We'd love to know. Kinda. Quinn Pitcock. They drafted actually three Buckeyes in 2007.
Yeah.
Anthony Gonzalez, Quinn Pitcock, and Roy Hall.
I forgot about Roy Hall.
Didn't stay very long. 2
No.
seasons, 7 games played total.
Man.
Jack Mewhort. Do you remember him?
I remember him.
Do you?
Nope.
What was his position? Nope. Man, I don't remember what Jack knew. I don't remember him. I don't remember his stint as well.
I'm gonna say Jack was
The old lineman or tight end?
Those were the two things.
I
was
know they
gonna
were.
say.
Of course they were. With a name like Jack Buhort is one of those.
You're either gonna be a tight end or an offensive lineman, Jack. No offense. I hope you weren't a running back. I know you weren't a running back, but I hope you weren't nothing else.
We hate to stereotype the facts, Jack.
I know you weren't a corner.
You definitely were not. You definitely were not.
No.
No. Speaking of corners and safeties, Malik Hooker
Man,
makes me sad.
that one really
was
does
it.
make me sad.
He was it.
Because he was in that Mike Dawson, how
He
I
was
felt about
it.
him. Again, I'm not a huge OSU fan, but I like OSU players. Like, it's a good program. So,
Do you think they do a good job of putting people in the league and having them developed ready to go? No.
I mean, we're looking at this list. I'd say no,
It's a very. I just wondered.
right?
I really did. I just wondered what you thought on that because I don't necessarily disconcur. Tyquan. What do you think of Tyquan?
Great skill
Hurt?
all the
Injuries?
time,
All the time.
all the time,
Paris Campbell.
buddy. I need you healthy this year. This is it.
This is his one.
I think this is it. And I hate the bad luck. Like I'll never put that but whew.
Because I genuinely mess with Pete Campbell. I
He's a
genuinely mess with
hell
Malik
of a wide
Hooker. You know
receiver.
what I mean? Oh, yeah.
The
Pete Campbell.
one or two games I've seen him play in,
He's slot all day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you put Michael Pittman outside, you put someone like Allen Robinson outside, you give us Jack Ertz at tight end, you put Paris Campbell in that slot, a healthy, you put Jay Taylor in the backfield in our offensive line.
That's a hell of a squad.
34 points a game, probably,
Yeah.
right?
Right?
Just saying. But what I'm seeing in this list of
What do you think that is?
what the injuries,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a lot of consistent OSU injuries.
all the way from 2003 to present when they were drafted by us. You know what I'm saying? Is it overworking in off season? Is it lack of knowledge to keep people healthy in the what is that? Doctors and physical therapists and trainers. Is that bad training? Is that overworking? Overexertion? I have no idea, but it's a hell of an inquiry because people keep getting hurt.
What was Jack?
What was Jack?
Oh, guard.
Offensive
Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman.
Yep.
Jack. We knew you were an
Hey.
offensive lineman, Jack.
Yeah, I saw how thick his neck was when you pulled his picture up. I'm like, that is definitely an offensive lineman.
So yeah, Pops, it's a hell of a question. I don't know what the hell it is that keeps them getting hurt when they get here, but it makes me sad because there's a few of those dudes on that list that I genuinely expected to have phenomenal runs as Colts.
Between receiver and defense, OSU always have an overabundance of potential talent.
No doubt.
And I feel like I'm speaking NFL right now, obviously, but like, who's the last like big name OSU player for career longevity, like that you like kind of remember?
That's exactly my question. I mean, Bobby Carpenter hurt. AJ Hawk.
Yeah, okay,
AJ Hawk would
AJ
probably
Hawk.
be it.
I was gonna go to Joey Galloway, but
Nah, I'd probably say AJ Hawk has been the last. Ted Ginn, depending upon what you consider a long career, because
he had a good long career.
He had a good run.
And a lot of different teams.
11 different teams. So I would have to definitely say AJ Hawk, which is a long time ago. 04,
Yeah.
right? I don't really know exactly when he came out, but sometime around then.
He would have probably I graduated 04. He probably would have been a year older than me.
Right? So
Year
03-ish,
two.
04-ish. Yeah. That's a good inquiry, and that's a very good assessment and an honest point.
Yeah.
Their careers don't last very long, depending upon Troy Smith hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I gotta quit this. I always wanted to ask you this question. Never asked you this question.
Uh-oh.
Troy Smith. If on Baltimore,
He's a star.
if he didn't get
He's a star.
that,
Right.
well, what do you have? I almost said tuberculosis.
He lost a bunch of weight and all that stuff.
Like
right?
he got real sick.
No doubt.
And then Flacco took
No
it
doubt.
instead of him because he
Troy
was actually
Smith
two.
Troy Smith is an all-pro quarterback. taking them to divisional rounds, AFC championships.
Let's not forget that he actually balled pretty well in San Fran right after Baltimore,
No doubt.
and then never really got another chance.
That is a very good point.
Yes,
Troy
I wanted
Smith
to.
was
Yeah, because I completely agree.
Troy Smith was nice.
Yeah,
Buckeye ballers
man,
to the Indiana Pacers. There's a few.
there's a few.
There's a few that made that run that have come through. Herb Williams. I know you don't remember this because you weren't even born yet.
I was born in '86.
I remember some of it. Herb Williams, drafted by the Pacers, played 18 years in the NBA, averaged 11 and 6, switched over to the Knicks from 91 to basically 99, short stint with the Raptors in 95, and he averaged like 2 points. But when he was a Pacer, he was balling if he averaged 11 and 7 and then went and averaged 2 points all the other places, but still averaged 11 points for his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was balling.
He
There's
was
got to be
doing
some
well.
2010s in there if that's...
Good job, Herbie.
Right, for sure.
Good job, Herbie.
The homie Clark Kellogg.
Hey, another injury.
Man, Grant Hill.
Oh yeah,
If Clark Kellogg does not get hurt, he is Grant Hill.
yeah, yeah. He was mad nice.
Nasty, bro. And still averaged 19 and 10 per game
Yeah.
before a career.
First round, 8th pick.
NBA All-Rookie team, 19 and 9.5 for a career. And if he doesn't get injured,
Yeah,
he's Grant Hill-esque for
Yeah.
sure. And then Granville Waiters, 93-85. Don't know much about him.
don't know him.
Don't know much. Don't know you. Don't know you. Can't
Don't know
hate.
you.
Thank you for your.
Hope you're doing well,
Hope you're very well.
and I hope your family is really kind to you.
I do hope your family is excruciatingly kind to you, Granville.
Hey,
with a name like
what's his name?
Granville, they gotta be.
Hey, Granville. You've done enough. Good for you. Appreciate you. So he was there from 83 to 85 a year, a couple years before I was born. So,
Can't handle it. Dwayne Washington Jr.
my
If
guy.
you want to know what we think of him, go check out episode 2, the Rookie Parade. We go off. We love us some Dwayne Washington Jr.
Absolutely.
Straight up. You need anything? You want to keep it pimping?
No, let's do
Let's
this.
do this. That was a great
Next.
segment.
What do we got? That was a great segment.
That was a great segment.
You know what? I'm proud of us.
too. While he's over here feeling himself, do us a favor. Click, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Twitter at Penn and Pops with the 317 Sports Project on TikTok, 317 Sports Project on Instagram, and obviously on YouTube. Find us on Buzzsprout. We love to chop it up, respond back. We absolutely love this shit. Chop it.
That's not a song, is it?
Probably.
Probably in the 80s.
George Michael.
Did you hear synth as I was doing that? Yeah, I heard synth. Chop it up. Yeah, there's definitely synth in that song.
Definitely Sith. More cowbell. So we're going to go Indiana to Columbus.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit? I feel like I just ran all of that show last time.
Yeah, that segment?
I feel like I just ran that whole segment.
You kind of did.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
You matter.
Thank you.
You do. You've done enough.
Me and you, Granville. Me and you. We've done enough. Indiana to Columbus. First couple we're going to bring up. Indiana high school hoopers to OSU. You got our boys.
This is
Greg,
dope.
yeah, Greg Oden, Mike Conley. Oh my gosh, that duo coming out that freshman year. They came out after 1 year, right?
They came out after 1 year. Number
Came out for
1
1 year.
draft pick and number 4 draft pick.
Yes.
Right.
Came to Lawrence North, right?
Yep.
Listen to this. Hold on.
Okay, though.
4-year starters at Lawrence North, 3 state championships, and led them to a 103-7 overall record.
Jesus.
103-7. Good Lord.
It's about 25 game. 25. They basically went 25-2 every year.
Every year. Every year. Came to OSU freshman year, joined a team that had a lot of potential already without them there. Got upset in the second round the year before by Georgetown. Got to have the revenge the next year with Greg and Mike in the Final Four against Georgetown. A Roy Hibbert Georgetown.
True, very true.
That was good old Hibbs.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see.
It's a circle. It all connects.
I see what you did there.
Roy Hibbert, Georgetown.
Yeah.
Watching him run was weird. I rewatched the game as I was prepping for this. I watched that whole last game. It's on YouTube. You can watch it.
The Buckeye Georgetown game?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, Roy Hibbert could not run. We had to teach him when he got drafted. So
Jesus. He also couldn't rebound, clearly.
no. OSU gets to the finals, lose to a repeating Florida Billy Donovan team. But that,
Loaded.
whew. Mike Conley, Greg Oden. That's up there.
Say less.
Yeah. Oden went number 1 to Portland. Conley went number 4 to Memphis. That's awesome. We know what happened in Greg's career.
Injuries.
He ain't got no knees.
He ain't got no knees.
And he has looked 45 since he was...
He's like Morgan
15.
Freeman.
Love you, Greg, but...
If you ever seen Lean on Me and you know Morgan Freeman, go watch Morgan Freeman. He's looked old since I was like 6 and I'm 42. This
Right.
dude's been old for 50 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Deshaun Thomas,
Shouts.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Big
That's
shouts.
awesome.
Yeah, he had a good career.
Great
Did he
career.
get drafted?
I don't know.
I'll Google that.
We'll oogle.
I'll Google that.
Andrew Dockich,
Yep.
Bloomington to Michigan to OSU, 2017. 3 years with OSU staff before leaving for Elon.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah. Chris Holtman, head coach at OSU.
My
Shout
guy.
out. Chris, we love you.
My guy.
Taylor University, Upland, Indiana, All-American 1994. Taylor was number 1 in NAIA at one point,
yeah.
right?
He had them balling.
He had
I
them
didn't
balling.
know. Quick story. I didn't know that CH was a hooper like this. We're at the gym one day. We're training him in the session. He's like, "Hey B, I know you got a nice little jumper on you." And I'm like, "How you know about my jump shot?" He's like, "I see things." Basically, he probably was like on Instagram or something because you can like look at Avenue X, blah
Right.
blah blah, you know, geo tag me, and then come look at my stuff. He's like, "You got a nice little jumper." I was like, "Bro, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, man. You can't be from Naptown and not have a jumper." That's a very good point. Is what he said.
Right.
It's in me.
Yeah. Butler Bulldogs, assistant coach 2013, head coach 2014 to 17, which I actually forgot.
He got that job because the head coach ended up having some type of necessity to leave due to sickness or something like that. He had to go, is what I saw when I was researching. So he took over. They ended up going 10-5 while he was there. And they were like, "Here's the keys."
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, bro.
Ohio State. Ohio State. Coach, 2017 to present. Took over for red-faced Thad Matta.
Thad Matta. Where is Thad Matta?
I don't know, but his face was always beat red.
Always beat red.
Yeah.
always
Looked
beat
like a
red.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
You told me when I first told you that CH was the homie, you got so excited because you told him that he was a player's coach.
Yes.
Why'd you say that? Because you didn't even like Ohio State, but you were really into it when I told you.
Where did I know that? How did I know that?
Whatever you want to share.
Through channels.
Okay.
But you just see it.
Fair.
I think you see it. Players love playing for him. You can tell the energy of even coming in and out of a game, how players react to their coach when they're coming in and off the court, while they're warming up, him checking in. Like, they like him.
They fuck with him heavy.
Yeah, so, like, of course they're going to be good because you all going to play together. You're going to listen to the coach. And, like, yeah, he's a player's coach. Love listening to his little radio stuff that he's got. He knows a lot. He's a basketball guy. That dude just knows the shit.
Word up.
He's a great coach.
Word up.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you know that because to be completely honest, I didn't know much about CH. I knew he came from Butler. I paid attention. I think they won a Big Ten championship a few years ago. He came in, they were 25-9, but I didn't really start paying attention to CH until I had a personal relationship with him, and he was like mad cool from the jump. Obviously, we had that Naptown connect. I was wearing a Pacers hat. Like, what you know about the Pacers? Born and raised, cuz we've been homies ever since. So I pay attention. He's a good dude. He's actually won 20 games every year since 2012. Gardner-Webb, they won 20. Butler, they won 20 pretty much all the time he was there. And I think he's won 20 every season with Ohio State. 10 straight years, at least 20 wins.
That's just a good-ass coach.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
That's a good-ass coach. Ochi,
Absolutely.
you got a good one. Hope you guys keep doing well. I'm one of those people, even as a Michigan fan, a Big Ten fan.
Fair.
I like teams to be good so it actually is worth something when you get a win. Like,
Fair.
I just like Big Ten being competitive. So I want all of the teams to be somewhat decent so we look like an SEC in football, so we look like
Who the hell wants to see Ohio State, Michigan play when they're unranked?
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, there's nothing. Like, no. I don't
That's
want
not why this rivalry is this
You
rivalry.
guys can go watch their conference for that.
For sure.
Like, we don't want all that. So
Yeah.
I like all of the Big Ten teams to be good because it just makes for good sports.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. So we'll segue real quick into Indiana high school football players who ended up going to Ohio State or playing somewhere in Ohio. Between 1970 and 2000, Ohio State had 0 Indiana recruits come. And then in 2001, Tressel kind of changed that. He recruited Ryan Cook, offensive lineman. What? Ryan Cook, an offensive lineman. And then after that, they started recruiting pretty heavy. Ended up recruiting over 15 signees to play out of that state. Which
How
is
did you feel about the Tressel area?
area? The Tressel area?
The
I don't know
whole
nothing
area.
about- I don't know nothing about his area.
Era?
Era. The Tressel era. It's a very interesting question. Got us a chip.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't necessarily love the way he played. He was a little passive for me.
Okay.
A little passive. Relied on that defense. He did not mind winning 13-10. He got all them weapons on the field, and you out here winning some games 17-13 and shit. It's too close.
Yeah.
Too close for me. I'd have to also say, like, some shit went awry. To be completely forthcoming.
Stuff happened.
Some shit went really awry. You
Yeah.
know, you got Maurice Claret driving the wrong way on the interstate with guns. I feel like the era kind of ended up being a disaster.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. How do you feel about the era as a Michigan fan?
Yeah.
You right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
Pete Werner, linebacker out of Cathedral, came to Columbus and played for the Bucks for 4 years
Why do I know Cathedral?
because they are Chittard's rival,
Thank you. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I would have went to Chittard. Steven went to Chittard. Humongous rival. Huge rival. Cathedral and Chittard are basically Ohio State and Michigan. Hate each other's guts.
Got it.
No doubt about it.
That's why when I saw Cathedral, I was like, I know that.
Yeah, for sure. Cathedral goes hard. Pete Werner, 2nd round draft pick to New Orleans Saints in 2021. Still there. I don't know how he's doing. I don't really know.
Hey, Pete.
Is he getting any love on the defensive end?
I hope you're doing well.
Hope you.
Hope you're doing well.
I couldn't agree more. DeJuan Jones actually is probably one of the best recruits to ever come from Naptown to Columbus. This homie is a 1st round draft pick, probably the top offensive lineman to come out this year. He is an absolute monster.
6'8", 360.
That is not a lie. That is not a lie. The homie Caden Curry he'll be coming next year, 2021 commit I saw out of Center Grove. Big props to you. And then you got Kevin Wilson, OSU's offensive coordinator, who coached at Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, from 2011 to 2016. And Tom Allen is actually working to keep in-state talent at IU. He's gotten a lot better, to be honest. He's a big Indiana guy. Tom Allen's
Newcastle
balling
High
over there
School.
at IU for sure.
Newcastle High School.
Went to Newcastle
Nice.
High School, coached at Marion, coached at Ben Davis, took over IU in 2016.
To my cousins in Newcastle, I think I have some in Newcastle. Shout out. Don't know that you'll see this.
Shout outs to the cousins in Newcastle.
Pretty sure I got some cousins in Newcastle.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick break. Think I need to go to the bathroom right fast. That was a good
Go
segment.
say hi to.
Should I go kiss the baby?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go kiss my wife. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me
You wanna
happy.
do that for a
We'll be
second?
back in a few minutes with the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops.
Yeah.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
reminisce. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a
And we are back at the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops, brought to you by Clean Kicks.
Clean Kicks.
Columbus, Ohio's #1 sneaker treatment. Premium sneaker treatment for premium sneaker heads. Follow us on cleankicks.614 on Instagram.
How's Clean Kicks doing?
Bro, Clean Kicks is doing phenomenally, and I'm so blessed. We had our best month, like I said, January last month. February started a little bit slow.
I think everything started slow in February.
That's not a lie. A lot of snow.
A lot of stuff
A lot of snow
happened in February.
Yeah. I was actually pretty concerned. People were canceling appointments because of the snow and all that stuff was
it was
so
happening
bad.
at my work too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So towards the end of the month, it's picked up a lot. We're going to keep it rolling. So I appreciate you asking. It's doing very well. For sure. By the way, Deshaun Thomas drafted 58th by the San Antonio Spurs in the 2013 draft. He didn't stay there very long, given the picture in his Wikipedia with Fox on his chest, on his stomach. That's not a Spurs uniform.
I'll say that's definitely not any NBA team I've seen. Unless there's a new city outfit that I wasn't sure about.
The
It's not
Daytona
that.
Fox.
Right, yeah. Hey.
Could be, player.
Yeah.
So you ready?
I'm ready. I'm actually really excited about this
This is
one.
dope. Me too. This
Yeah.
is probably my favorite one that we're doing tonight.
So we were trying to figure out what we're going to do for a fourth segment here, bouncing off some ideas, and really kind of like randomly thought about the big moments that have happened that like in Indiana sports, and I was like, we should. There's a few that we just need to kind of talk about.
Well, you originally wanted to do Indiana moments, period.
That's right.
And I was like, we need a whole show for that. We're going to have to do a whole
Right.
show over the summer or something on Indiana moments. So let's try to figure out some moments that combine Ohio and Indiana.
Yeah.
Some are kind of a stretch, but some are like,
Yeah.
not a stretch at all.
Sometimes you got to stretch
It
it.
should be having a...
Stretching's
should be-
good, though.
Stretching is good.
Stretching's
you
good.
Can, you can still touch your toes.
Yeah, I
For
can.
sure. You want to start it off?
Yeah.
Get it.
So, first one we came up with, 1987 IU National Championship. We obviously mentioned Big Shot a little earlier. But, like, the whole connection here, right? So, we got Coach Bobby Knight played,
You went to Ohio State.
went to Ohio State. 1959 to 1962.
For sure.
Beat OSU to win the Big Ten.
Yes, they did.
3 Ohio players on that team. You got Rick Calloway from Cincy, Dave Miner from Cincy, and Steve Hill.
Yeah.
Hill.
I'm pretty sure they were offensive linemen.
They had to switch when they came out. From Hamilton.
For sure.
Yeah, that national championship, again, I don't have a lot of memories of it. I was really little.
I really remember it. Like, I really, really remember it. Jumping up in the living room, Keith Smart hitting that jumper, and something crazy happened that summer. I went to visit Aunt Petey in Texas and rode an airplane and was sitting on an airplane next to this big tall brother. And I'm like, what's your name? And he was like, Dean Garrett. And I like remembered that name. Dean Garrett was a player on the Indiana basketball team. And I sat next to him on the plane, and I will never forget being like, who is this big 6 foot
Like,
something?
you better
brother?
play basketball.
You
Like that kind of,
like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't be a waste.
You do something.
Yeah.
Like, you
Don't
do
say you got an
something.
office job. Like,
Just,
you better be
just
dunking on
Discover,
somebody.
just taking up all this space, but you 9 feet tall, sitting at the desk.
if you taking up my armrest,
Welcome to
you better
Discover.
be winning some basketball games.
This is Dean. So yeah, man, I genuinely remember that. Big props to that national championship. Big props to Bobby Knight. Much love.
Yeah,
That's a great moment.
yeah. Of course, we've talked about it a couple times. Greg Oden, Mike Conley, Final Four, OSU. Lost to a loaded Florida team in 2007. What you had? Who else? Yeah, Joakim,
Corey Brewer,
Corey Brewer, Horford,
Billy Donovan, head coach.
Billy Donovan, head coach. Shout out to
I
Billy.
don't really know what else you need beside that. Billy's still getting busy, quite truthfully.
Yeah.
I think Greg Oden and Mike Conley, and I haven't been we've been out of Indiana for some time, but I wonder if they get the same love that the Larry Birds, the Damon Baileys, the Steve Alfords, the Allen Hendersons, the Eric Montrosses.
Yeah.
Do they get that legendary status that all of those Indiana players, Indiana boys who came through, do they not get as much love because they left? Steve Alford stayed. Larry Bird went to Indiana State. Do they get more love?
That's a great question.
Damon Bailey stayed. I just wonder if back home, Greg Oden and Mike Conley get the love that they deserve.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Maybe some street interviews one day.
Ooh, that is so fire.
Right? Right?
I'm not mad at that. I'm
Some
not
street
mad at
interviews?
that. I'm not mad at
Penn
that.
and Pops
one
on the
bit.
road?
Yo, I'm not mad at that one bit. Going back to the crib and like really talking to some people on the block.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that one bit.
Yeah.
He's a G. That's a good idea.
Always thinking.
That's a dope ass idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think Greg Oden and Mike Conley are their own entities, kind of like Marvin and Peyton to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Brings us to the. You know what? I know you're not really supposed to like talk about the segue. It's supposed to just be natural. But that was a hell of a segue. That was good. We're getting good at this.
Good at this.
Good at this. I'm coming for y'all. That was nice. So, kind of a tie-in on this one. 2 moments. AFC Championship, 2006.
Wow.
I was living in Indiana at the time. I had left school because I was in a place mentally. I was going through a lot of stuff.
UNC? You at UNC? You were at UNC?
I definitely wanted to UNC. I was in Athens, Ohio, just going crazy. Shout out to the Bobcats. So yeah, had moved back to stay with my dad for about a year. So I was in Indy while the playoff run was going, which was amazing.
Oh, that's dope.
So AFC Championship going against the fucking Patriots. I hate that team so much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Tom Brady had just ruined everything for us multiple times. I don't even want to say Tom Brady. Bill Belichick had ruined a lot of things for us and chances to get further and get a Peyton.
I don't know
Super
that I
Bowl
really hate a team more.
than the Patriots.
I just hate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Marlon Jackson interception on a driving Patriots team.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was going to score. If we didn't like that, let's just be honest. It was the Patriots. Marlon Jackson getting the interception to get us to the Super Bowl.
I cried.
That was a lot.
I cried.
So I was at my dad's apartment by myself. He was working, had to work the first half of the game. And my dad was already texting me like, I don't feel good about it. This is bad. And I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so I hate when people start talking about that around me. I don't like it. And back then I was a lot more hopeful. A lot more cynical now, but I was a lot more hopeful.
You're more wise.
I'm more wise for sure.
You're more wise.
But that was probably one of the greatest moments, and I remember falling out of my chair like, oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl. That was amazing. And tie that into which is the bigger moment? Them winning the Super Bowl, and you have a interception by Calvin Hayden to seal the game. Pick six. I believe it was a pick six.
That's actually go. You're
Pick six. Rex Grossman underthrowing a ball. Calvin Hayden, Rex Grossman. You were horrible. Shout out though. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family loves you.
You are enough.
You are enough. And then Gus getting the first Super Bowl, or Peyton getting his first Super Bowl. Like, which is bigger? Because you get the New England, us beating them in the AFC Championship, that's kind of a Super Bowl to
No
us. Like, finally,
Yep.
we get to beat the team that's beaten us in the playoffs.
Yep.
and to get to the Super Bowl, then you get to win the Super Bowl. I mean, best 2 games, right there.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
I would have to say, from a standpoint of getting over the hump, beating New England is a more game. For the Indianapolis Colts, I would have to say beating New England is a much more important game. After we beat them, the Super Bowl was kind of just, a finality.
Well, it was a decent Bears team, but Colts were favored in that game. You had to win that game.
No doubt about it.
Had to win that game. Their offense was terrible.
But I will say, from a standpoint of having 2 brothers be the head coaches of the Super Bowl at the same time,
That was sweet.
that shit was dope.
Was that Lovey?
That was Lovey.
Lovey. I like Lovey.
I still like
Texans.
Lovey. I still like
Welcome
Lovey.
back, Lovey. Hey, you're enough.
I don't know, Lovey. I think they're kind of putting you in a
Weird spot.
situation,
Like a
Lovey.
scapegoaty
I
type
feel like
thing?
you definitely are. We'll talk
Getting
about
goated.
100% getting goated. 100% getting goated. Last moment. Get
Last
'em.
moment.
Yeah.
IU versus number 1 Kentucky, 2011. Christian Watford buzzer beater. Rewatch that moment because I remembered it, but I had to rewatch it because I forgot on like the storming on the court.
Mm-hmm.
There was probably 6-ish seconds to get up the court, full court, get Christian the ball.
For sure.
His weird overhead shot. It wasn't a pretty jump shot.
No, it was not at all.
It was not a pretty jump shot.
Make sure you put that on the screen so these fools can. You'll see it.
Got it right about here.
It may be here. I like when he puts it
Yeah,
here.
like right
I
in
like
the
when he
middle
puts
of
it
us.
here so I can watch it like the Brady Bunch and
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when he does that.
Brady Bunch. Good show.
Right. I never watched the Brady Bunch. I just remember how the show came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Lovely
never really saw
family.
an episode of the Brady Bunch though. Really.
Yeah.
You
Marcus
watched the
T.
Brady Bunch?
Sometimes.
Like episodes?
Yeah. Not the movies. Those were stupid.
Just out of curiosity, why did you add this in here? What's the correlation to Ohio?
Marcus T.
Is that Indiana? Indiana. He's from Naptown.
He's from Naptown.
He's from Naptown.
Him and his brother.
He's from Naptown.
Still don't remember his brother's name.
Still don't remember his brother's name.
And he played for the Pacers. That makes me feel bad.
Are you sure it's not Jeff?
Jeff Teague? Is it Jeff Teague?
Jeff Teague, the point guard Jeff
Point guard.
Teague from
Is it Jeff?
Atlanta?
Yeah.
That is 100% Jeff Teague. When I said Jeff Teague yesterday, you're like, no, it's not Jeff Teague.
It just didn't seem like he'd be a Jeff.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah. Like, no offense. Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff
Just didn't
Teague.
think- Jeff Teague, yeah.
For sure.
Played for, yeah. That's why I kind of put that.
Yes.
Brother played for the
That was
Pacers. From
definitely
Naptown.
JT. Yep. I didn't know they were from Naptown.
Yeah.
George Hill,
Him too.
Naptown. We didn't give him his props on here. We just thought about that right now.
Hey, George.
George Hill.
You're
Apologize
enough.
to you, bro.
Yeah.
You're
From
also
Ooey Pooey.
you're also a Naptown legend
Ooey Pooey.
for sure. Ooey Pooey.
Yeah.
That was dope.
I like that.
I was just thinking about. I just got caught in the zone, just thinking about G. Hill and Paul George and Roy
Oh.
Hibbert and
David West.
David West,
Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson. Oh. Do you guys remember how dope some of them teams were?
And
like,
you think about you're forgetting, we had Danny, that Paul's rookie
D.
year.
Granger.
We had Granger at our
D.
4.
Granger.
PG
Talk
played
about
our
injuries. Talk about injuries.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the last time y'all went back and just watched memories of some of them squads, but some of that shit versus the Heat, man, just Lord have mercy. Anyway, feel free to send us a tweet at Penn and Pops. Let us know some of your favorite memories connecting Ohio and Indiana, whatever you got. Just put a comment at the bottom. Make sure you also like and subscribe. We love some feedback. We love it. We love to chop it up with you on some dope-ass memories. Right?
I love that.
That's dope. That was a
Yeah,
good one.
it's been cool the last week or so seeing the people starting to interact with us, so we really appreciate you guys. I know we already gave some shout-outs. Hey, send that to other people. Get them to follow us. We love just talking to fans of sports.
For sure.
Like we'll have some interviews coming up, all kinds of stuff. Like we want it to be interactive. Come say hi. That's a funny ass picture.
Jesus, Lord have mercy. You can put that at the bottom too. So I'm trying to.
That's what I'm talking
trying
about.
Trying to respond back to people hitting us up, and you over here looking at Manos. Is that
Manos.
Manos? Is that Manos?
Manos.
Manos.
like Mayo and Thanos. You look like Manos. All right. We appreciate you guys. Keep coming, showing the love. We're going to go into our last segment here.
Oh, this is the one.
Fine print. We always like to end the show on the fine print. Talk a little about it, just some random topics, some random things we've been wanting to ask each other. What's going on in the sporting world today? First, we're going to start it off for Juwan Howard.
Hey, that's your boy.
It's my boy.
Big Fab 5 fan over here. Was very excited to see. I'm going to the Ohio State Michigan game in a couple of weeks. Thanks to Coach Holtman.
We'll see what Juwan.
Won't see Juwan.
Will not see Juwan.
That hurt. That hurt a little bit. How you feel about that, bro? Is that enough of a penalty for Coach Howard? I thought he was getting fired.
In today's world, I expected a firing.
I thought he was getting fired.
I was very, very surprised that it was just the rest of the regular season, which is 5 games.
Yeah.
Which
That's
means
kinda
he's
short for.
Which he's eligible to do Big Ten tournament. He's eligible to do tournament if they get in, NCAA tournament.
That's a short penalty for hoe slapping a white man.
Yeah. He open palm slapped somebody.
He hoe slapped a grown ass white man.
I was trying to give him his props, like, oh, his hand slipped.
No.
He came out of his fist wrong.
He went real Chicago on this dude.
You open palm slap somebody.
A grown ass man
Grown-ass
on
man.
TV.
I expected him. I thought the season. I thought minimum the season, and I meant like tournament and everything. You can come back next year.
Okay.
I thought
so you thought it was over for the season.
for the season, like
All right.
you're done coaching for this season. I expected that. You can't be slapping. You need to control yourself, Juwan. Like you're the head coach. You need to set an example to the young men that you're coaching. Period.
Wow.
I get like, hey, Fab 5, you got an attitude. I'm not mad at your attitude, but you have to be the better person in that situation.
And I think he knows that.
He does know
I
that.
think he knows that. I mean, he's been in the league for a long time.
He knows.
Played for mad
It
years.
was a moment of weakness.
Coached for mad years.
Moment of
He's
weakness.
been very squeaky clean as a player, as a coach, as an ambassador
And your
for the
son's
league.
on the team. Set an example.
And your son's on the team. Say less.
Yeah.
Top 75 list.
That came out. Did you watch the All-Star weekend?
I watched parts of the All-Star weekend.
It's not the same.
I did not watch all of All-Star weekend.
It's not the same.
I couldn't do it. Oh, you mean me not watching is not the same, or as a whole is not the same?
As a whole, it's not the same.
Not the same. It's lost a lot of luster. Did you see Stephen A's idea?
I saw you too. I didn't actually see it, no.
Stephen A. Smith, as far as the dunk contest is concerned, because this was the worst dunk contest. Did you see the dunk contest?
I saw highlights.
You saw pieces of it.
Or
Okay.
lowlights.
My nigga. Stephen A. Smith said it was the worst dunk contest in history and proposed an idea to have a nationwide dunk contest for all the homies in the parks across the country who are super duper nasty. He wants to hold a national dunk contest for the best dunkers at the street parks.
That would be sweet.
$1 million to the first place, $500,000 to second place, $250,000 to third place, I think he said, but have LeBron sponsor Cleveland, have Ja Morant sponsor Memphis.
So you have like a coach of the
Exactly. So
team.
you have a coach and you have these people put on, and the best dunkers get down to the top 10, get down to the top 7, get down to the top 5, and those dudes come to wherever the All-Star game is next year, and they have a dunk contest. He said that'll start generating so much more stuff about All-Star weekend so much earlier, and you get these people, the NBA players out who don't really
That's
care.
a hell of a good idea.
It's a hell of a good idea.
That's a hell of a... Stephen A.
That's a win,
That's smart.
right?
Yeah.
That's a dope one. So, yes, I saw All-Star Weekend. It's not the same. The game itself was dope. I love what they're doing with the game.
I like the whole you have to be the first to score to whatever points, and I like the quarters.
Every
breaking it
quarter
up.
matters.
Every quarter matters.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
This top 75 list. What you think? Give it a quick gander. What you think?
Did you feel like anyone was missing?
Of course. Klay fucking Thompson.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a.
Do you
what?
agree with Draymond saying that he should be in it?
No. No, that's not a diss to Draymond. I just don't think Draymond is not Dennis Rodman to me.
Now, what was his thing today? He said if what was the playoffs where he got suspended? Was it because he was kicking balls?
2016.
He liked to kick balls back in the day.
He definitely kicked a lot of balls.
So when he had a suspension, he's saying that that's what tarnished him from getting the.
That's not it. I mean, that's not the only thing. He has a history. He's Lance Steven-esque.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So you're not going to make the list. But I will say that I have no idea who Dave Dubashir is.
Sherry.
Cool. Never heard of him. That's not a diss. I just wasn't born or around when you were hooping because I would have known who you were, I promise. I don't know much about Hal Greer. I just don't know these people. I wasn't around. So there's some people who I've seen, i.e. Klay Thompson, one of the top 5 shooters in the history of basketball, who I think should probably be on this list.
Yeah, not many people. I would say there's maybe 3 to 5 names where just because of age or whatever like that I don't know enough about.
Exactly.
Where I would insert. But other than that,
That list is legit.
that's like I don't know who Dolph Shaves is. Shabbos?
I definitely don't know who Dolph Shaves is. We have to look up Dolph Shaves.
I'm looking up Dolph.
Bad. I feel like Dolph, if he's on these lists, he's probably nasty.
He's probably amazing.
Super nasty. We'll put the list up for you guys to check out. You can give your input on what you think of the list, but I definitely, as I take a quick gander, and I didn't want to have the list open for us to like memorize. I wanted us to kind of look at it
probably
together.
recognize more names solely because my boys and I do legend NBA 2K drafts. Like, so we have all of the old players, so I see a lot of these names constantly because, like, we have to look them up when they get on our team because we don't know who they are.
Who's Bill Sharman?
He does the Charmin toilet paper, right? I think he's part of the Charmin family.
Not even spelled the same. Not even spelled the same. This fool. Clearly not that. So that's the list. I think Klay Thompson is missing. Let us know what you guys think of the list. We would love to know. USWNT, the United States Women National Team, gets $24 million in this settlement. They asked for $60 million. We won't even go there. They got $24 million in this settlement. What do you think of this?
I'm happy they got something.
Yeah.
I'm happy they got something because they deserve something.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been better than the men's
Can I
national
give you
team.
some straight facts?
Yeah.
Please. I just gotta give you some straight facts. Before you go any further, I gotta give you some straight facts.
Megan Rapinoe.
No, straight facts. You were about to say they've been better since the men.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Straight facts. Olympic golds. The USWNT, United States Women National Team. Okay? Olympic golds. 1996, 2004, 2008, 2012. They've been to the Olympics 7 times. They've won it 4. Okay? World Cup. 1991, 1999, 2015, 2019. They've been there 4 times. They've been there 8 times. They've won it 4 times. I don't know what CON, CACAF, and Gold Cup stands for,
CONCACAF.
but I put it in for a reason. They won it 8 times. They've been there 9 times. Okay? I don't really watch men's soccer. I genuinely can't name 5 U.S. men's national team players ever. Can you?
Yes.
You can name 5?
Yes.
Go.
Tim Howard.
Okay.
Donovan. What's the first name? I almost said Lance.
This is your list.
Landon Donovan.
Okay.
What's the dude's name that played for the Seattle? Clint Dempsey.
Okay.
He's on there now. Plays overseas for Chelsea. Oh, my FIFA people are going to be so mad at me.
You need more time? Okay.
Oh, Josie Altidore.
That's 4.
And Giassi Zardes.
Okay. How long did that take? How long would it take you to name 5 women?
Probably about the same.
For real?
I'm not good with names.
Oh, very, very fair.
Megan Rapinoe's my girl, though.
Megan Rapinoe is a boss. Carly Lloyd just quit.
Yeah.
You got the homie Julie Ertz out there killing them.
Yeah, can't forget Julie.
What'd you say?
Can't forget Julie.
Can't forget Julie. You got.
She's gonna live in Indiana at some point.
You got Rose Lavelle out there killing them.
I love me some Rose.
You got Kristen Press. You got
Q.
Who's Q?
Pew.
Pew. You got Tobin Heath. I can go on.
Tobin Heath. That
right?
Ooh,
You know
Tobin.
what I'm saying?
Ah.
Basically,
Tobin
you can
Heath.
go on and on and on
Yeah.
and on and on and on. Let's talk about the men for a second. World Cup, best result, 13th
In 1930.
in 1930. Okay? FIFA Federation Cup, second place, 2009. No one knows them. You say you can name 5, but I don't know them very, very well. I don't know if you guys know them very, very well. No diss, but I feel like women's soccer is being followed here way more than men's soccer.
For sure.
Way more notified. Way more noticeable. The CONCACAF. Oh, by the way, they have 0 Olympic gold medals.
Correct.
0. And CONCACAF, what is it?
CONCACAF.
CONCACAF, they've been to 16. They've won 7.
Not the same.
For me personally, I think this is a long time overdue. It makes me very sad that it took this long for these young ladies because they deserve it. I don't know that they should have had to fight this damn hard for equality. Mm-hmm. I'm happy they're to a place that we're getting there because they also get bonuses and all of those things. I think that this from now on is pretty much equal from here on out. But, I mean, this shit should have been happening a long ass time ago.
Long time ago.
And that's really what I think.
I would say, well, let's just say this. My ESPN alerts are for the U.S. women's soccer team, not for the men.
Say less.
I will always turn that on no matter what time that is on. What they played at 11 o'clock the other night during the middle of the week. And I'm old. I go to bed.
Right?
I stayed up for that game
Say less.
because it was the women's national team. Period.
Congratulations to you, ladies. We're very proud of your fight. We commend you. We are girl power over here.
Hands down.
Very girl power. We're sad that it took this long, but we're in the fight, for sure.
Yes.
The most overrated number 1 NFL draft pick of all times.
So this was easy to me. Jamarcus Russell. And I think a big part of that one, not even what you just horrible in the NFL, but you had so much hype at LSU. Like from just winning games to, oh my gosh, he can sit on the ground and throw 70 yards. Big arm talent. Yeah. You came to the Raiders and did nothing. He gained more weight. Didn't care to study a playbook. Teammates hated him. You were trash, homie. Straight trash.
I didn't see this coming.
Hot garbage. Straight hot garbage. Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
You did not do well.
Yeah.
Hope you're good though.
Yeah, looking through this list, I can't say I disagree. The only person that came to my mind first, because I'm a little bit older than you, is Tim Couch.
He was. Yep, I saw him on some lists, and I thought about that too.
Tim Couch was hot garbage. Tim Couch was absolute hot garbage. I can't give you all the stats and all of his,
That's fine.
40 time and all of that stuff, but he was definitely a hell of a BUST. But I definitely probably got to agree with you on Jay Marcus on that
Ooh,
one.
that was bad.
Homie was horrible.
Now, we have an honorable mention for you just to have a Colts connection, because we did have a number 1 pick that was a bust. Good old Steve Emtman. Emtman? E-M-T-M-A-N. Emtman.
Yeah.
92 draft, played for the Huskies. First 3 seasons, IR. First 3 seasons. IR. Knees tendons, none of them worked. You ruptured, not a tendon. You ruptured. 3 seasons, IR.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's Paris Campbell shit.
Whew. And then we cut you in the 4th because you wouldn't take a pay cut.
Wow.
Look,
Yeah.
man, if you don't play for 3 seasons, you probably got to renegotiate. Like, help your team out. But I also understand that was probably going to be your last paycheck, so you're trying to get as much money as possible.
You gotta get it, for sure. He's still living off that.
Hands down.
Whatever's left.
Now, I thought about some stuff. First of all,
What up, though?
coming back, All-Star Weekend's done. Welcome back, Pacers, tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've missed you this last week.
Oh, that is so true.
We've missed
That
you
is
this
so
last
true,
week.
For sure.
And I love to see the Pacers Twitter family kind of rejuvenated with the excitement of this young team now. It's not as negative across my timeline as it was. It was real hard to be in the Twitterverse in the Pacers family there for a little while as the season was failing pre-trade. There is so much hope. It's a new hope, like Star Wars.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. So, yeah, Pacers, welcome back. Got some big stuff. James Harden starts. Doesn't do anything for you?
It literally does nothing for me. James Harden does nothing for me, if I could be completely honest. I've never been a James Harden fan. He drives me crazy. He travels. He forces fouls. I feel like he's a cancer in the locker room. I can't stand his face. I'm just not. I'm really not. I hate to say that and be so
He's the
forthcoming.
Patriots.
I hate that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
hate to be so forthcoming about that, but like, yeah, you can go out and score. He doesn't play defense. Like,
No.
yeah, I don't really like what JH brings.
I don't know what that means.
What does it say?
You have GarageBand has detected feedback.
I don't know what that means either. Yeah, sorry about that technical difficulty, but I don't really, not a big fan of James Harden. But
Nah.
are you excited about that, though?
No, I'm not. I'll watch the Philly Nets game March 7th or whatever that is, just to kind of like see the hype around it and stuff, just because
Yeah.
I like that type of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't.
I really don't care.
I'm excited about Brooklyn, though. They could be dope.
I can see it.
They could be dope.
I can see it. Other stuff in Twitterverse I've been seeing.
What you got?
You seen the new Carson Wentz rumors?
Yeah, I just don't think. I just don't see anybody better. I'm cautiously, like we tweeted yesterday, I'm cautiously optimistic about Carson and Coach Grady and Coach Reich. I don't want to see this dude have to go through a 5th quarterback.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it for me. I think Coach Reich is getting way too much grief. I mean, I think it'd be mad difficult to have 4 quarterbacks in 4 years. You don't really,
For sure.
You don't get a chance to feel at home. You don't get a chance to feel settled. You guys don't get to grow together. So, I think he's getting a lot of shit out there in the universe, and it kind of bugs me, to be honest. I think they should give him a break.
I think that wraps it up.
We good?
I think that's good. That's really all the questions I had. I don't even have to add anything because I feel the same way. So I concur. Episode 3.
That was a good time. This is our longest one. We got into a lot of good shit this episode,
We had some
y'all.
fun.
Please let us know what you guys think out there. We're having a great time here together, chopping it up, talking sports. We would love any topics you want to discuss, any segments you guys would love us to discuss or cover. You want to hear our minds or our opinions, what we think about any of this shit. Feel free to send them out. We're mad tangible out here. We're doing this for you. So let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, share, follow
Come
us
check
on
us
all
out.
the Twitters and the Instagrams and all of that stuff. Let us shoot of our quick little fun snippets we're putting out.
Yep.
We're completely open to any feedback you got. Episode 3, we appreciate you. See you in a couple of weeks.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
We out.
Cause I was like 2 years old, first time I heard a beat drop. Yeah. And by 3 years old, I'm learning how to beatbox. Yeah. 4 or 5 years old when I'm putting on the 45s. Final. Needle to the groove, I'm scratching up the sweet spots. Homie from the East Block, in that town where the fiends flock. Skip school all day, mama couldn't keep watch. Fresh fade with the Reeboks. Man, nah, nigga couldn't tell me nothing. I'm so sick in my own lane, preteen pimping, all the light skin, red bone loving. Boombox on with the headphones bumping, dreaming to find my niche. Cause I ain't really know back then when I picked up my first notebook and a black pen, that little nigga with a rhyme like this. I wasn't thinking to the days of a dope band, new EPs on a compact.